Halo, witamy, jestem Marcisław, jesteście wy, to jest Broken Sword i udajemy się do muzeum. Gdzie jest muzeum? Musée Cluny. Chyba tu. No to wygląda jak muzeum. Są kradzione mumie. No.
In the case was a spindly tripod, blackened with age and pitted with rust. It was identical to the tripod pictured on the manuscript. A notice identified it as 15th century from Western Ireland. It had been found in Loch Marne at the site of a Knights Templar preceptory. Ireland!
What's that?
This tripod was found in Ireland.
I will have to ask you to keep your voice down.
I'm sorry, I was excited.
No, czy to wszystko, co miałem załatwić w muzeum? Miałem się spotkać z profesorem, ale najwyraźniej chyba już wiemy wszystko, możemy stąd spadać. The tripod from the museum is... The tripod from the manuscript. It's in the Cluny Museum right here in Paris. According to the plaque, it was discovered in Loch Marne, Ireland.
Pardon me.
Oui, monsieur?
Dzień dobry,
Are
gdzie
you
jest pan
Lobino?
profesor?
Oh, no. Fancy you mistaking me for him. No. I am the deputy custodian.
But Labino does work here.
Work? I wouldn't go so far as to call it that. He studies here most days, but as you can see for yourself, not today.
A gdzie on jest?
Do you know anything about the Knights of the Temple?
No, sir. Not a sausage.
The sign on the tripod says it was found at a Templar preceptory.
It does?
Yeah. It doesn't mention John Dee at all.
Most remiss.
You don't know anything about the tripod, do you?
No, I don't. I never had much of a start in life, you see. I owe what little education I gained to my uncle. He was an optician, but he also doubled as the village school teacher. He taught me the alphabet. Wait, 19 letters of it. The bottom row of the chart was too small even for him to read, so he left them out.
Why don't you start over and enroll for adult education?
You know, I never thought of that. Do you think if I studied hard and did all my homework, I could be a professor of history?
At your age? Dream on.
Ta rozmowa była tak absurdalna, że nawet nie mam pojęcia, co było żartem, a co było nie.
Do you know anything about medieval manuscripts?
Not me, monsieur. I am no scholar, though people often mistake me for one. It is the uniform, I guess. They see the clothes. They are impressed.
And they ask you to park their cars?
They ask me to park the... No. They assume I am an authority on the exhibits in my care.
Whereas you know next to nothing about history.
Of course not. All I am saying is, I am no scholar, not like Monsieur Lobino.
Can you give me any further information about the tripod?
Certainly, monsieur. It's infamous. That tripod, that belonged to John Dee.
Próbuję sobie przypomnieć, kim był John Dee. A dobra, wiem. Ten brytyjski astrol... Nom czy log? Nom chyba.
What's the importance of John Dee's tripod?
Dee was the most famous escapologist of the 16th century. The Houdini of his time.
Don't you mean alchemist? Escapologists use ropes, chains, and handcuffs, not tripods.
Well, whatever he was, that is the tripod he used in his experiments.
What kind of experiments did John Dee perform with his tripod?
Oh, the usual. Didn't you study chemistry at school?
Yeah, but we skipped over thaumatology. Can I take a closer look at the tripod?
What? Get it out of the case? No! That tripod is protected by a sophisticated surveillance system.
How sophisticated?
A painfully loud alarm bell.
How is the alarm bell triggered?
By the slightest pressure on or movement of any part of the case wherein that tripod is situated.
It strikes me that to call your alarm system sophisticated is, well, stretching the truth a little.
It has never failed yet. The sophistication is in its simplicity.
Okej, dzień dobry, jestem pan Gruber.
Do you recognize this ID pass? No.
Okej.
Have you ever heard of the Club Alamut?
Oh no, I don't frequent places like that.
Would you like to shake my hand?
Not while I'm on duty, monsieur.
Wszyscy są tacy jacyś ponuraccy.
Thanks for your help.
Co tu jeszcze jest? Tu jest mumia. Mogę ją zjeść? Już trochę na to za późno, ale kiedyś ludzie jedli mumię.
Leave it alone. That closet is over 3,000 years old.
Closet? It's a sarcophagus.
Are you sure about that? Może tylko tak wygląda.
Watch out! You'll have that done on top of us! Attention! Please do not open the window, monsieur.
Don't you think it's kind of stuffy in here?
Better stuffy than dead.
What's the problem? Fumes from car exhausts?
Not just that, monsieur. There's a new burger bar opened up across the street. The Laughing Buffalo.
So what's the problem?
They cook their burgers on a charcoal grill, and the fat falls on the open flames. The amount of organic compound and smoke particles released is astounding. Since they opened, local air pollution has doubled, and it stinks like a funeral pyre. That is why I keep the windows closed.
A niech mu będzie, nie będę się spierał. Okej, nic tutaj więcej nie ruszę. Przynajmniej tak po prostu muszę najwyraźniej wyjść. Tu się wyłazi. Może muszę czekać, aż się odwróci? Tak.
The case contained the tripod shown on the manuscript.
Nie zamyka okna. Nie, zostaw to. A może nie? Okej. Muszę otworzyć okno, poczekać aż zacznie je zamykać. Będzie to robił 2 razy. Czy on się teleportował?
This is ridiculous. I could be here for hours.
Czyli muszę coś zrobić, żeby sobie polazł. Jakaś nowa lokacja się otworzyła? Nie, jest policja, rougerie, Café de la Chandelle Verte. Czego ja nie rozumiem? A! To wszystko. To wracamy na rougerie. To było wszystko, co tam mogłem zrobić. Back in Nico's apartment.
Hi. I've been to the Kroon Museum.
Did you speak to Labino?
No, he wasn't there. I found the tripod.
Where?
In the museum. It belonged to the Templars. It was dug up in Ireland at a place called Loch Marn.
I have heard of Lochmarn. I read an article about the castle. Take a look for yourself.
A popular gossip magazine. You read that rubbish?
No,
Hey,
I
right.
write it.
Professor Nigel Pegram, excavating the medieval castle at Loch Marn. That's strange.
What?
He resigned his chair at Durham University in order to devote his time to the excavation. Not only that, but he canceled the filming of a 4th series of his popular television program. This site at Loch Marn must be awful important to him.
He's a professor of history. They're all cuckoo.
All the same, I'd like to talk to this Professor Pegram. How do you feel about a trip to Ireland?
Disappointed.
Huh?
That I won't be going. I want to follow up the Belota case. If you really think Picram's gem is important, why don't you visit Lochmarn?
On my own? I'm not so sure about that. Where is Ireland exactly?
Chopie.
Let's take another look at the manuscript.
Jest ten trójnóg. Na nim jakiś pryzmat i coś z krową.
There's a guy with a sword. Between them is a gem. A knight with a crystal ball. The knight scroll bears a phrase. Through my teachings, you will be enlightened.
I rozumiem, że to będą 4 lokacje, które będę miał odwiedzić.
There's a woman looking at her reflection in a mirror, but the reflection has 3 hideous faces. There's a guy working on a loom.
Czemu nie mogę się wrócić?
Look there, 2 guys on the same horse.
A, musiałem to wszystko przejrzeć.
Tell me more about your family.
When I was a little girl, I used to spend the winter with my grandfather and grandma. They were the best times, warm and safe in their tiny cottage. My grandfather rolled cigarettes while grandma made hot chocolate and cakes. One day, he stopped his scrolling. He put the lid back on his tobacco jar and took me in his arms. I laughed and wriggled, but he hushed me to be silent. With his unshaven chin all scratchy in my ear, he told me his secret.
What did he say?
He said, I don't smoke, but she likes to think I do.
What a weird old man.
Don't call my grandfather weird. He was the nicest guy ever. I wish I was back in that cottage instead of this crummy apartment in this noisy city.
I have to go.
Okay, I'll see you later.
Okej, czyli rozumiem, że możemy udać się na lotnisko, tak? Tak. Airport. Patrzcie, jest Polska. Nie wymazali jej z mapy jeszcze. Często bywa. No to do Irlandii tylko kilka
I
godzin?
passed the
w sumie?
castle on the way into Loch Marn. The castle where Pegram's excavation was located.
I tugged at the plastic cover, but it didn't move.
Okej, czyli wszyscy teraz będą ubrani na zielono, trochę niscy i pić piwo cały czas.
Hi there.
What?
What's your name, kid?
Who are you calling kid? Who the hell are you?
I'm George Stobart, and I'm with the good guys.
You're a head case, mister. A few sandwiches short of a picnic.
Cut the crap and tell me your name.
Liam McGuire.
What are you doing hanging around the bar, McGuire?
I'm on the run. from me dad.
Why? Did you do something bad?
I ain't done nothing, boss.
You can tell me, kid. Is it your dad?
Oh, sir. He drinks every last penny down his evil throat. And there's me poor old mother, bedridden and dying of presumption. I tried to buy her medicine. Chopped firewood for Father Mahoney till me fingers bled. The old skinflint cheated me too. But I took the pennies he gave me back home. Look, Ma, says I, see what your darling son has earned with his own sweat and blood. When suddenly, me dad appears and grabs the loot. I'm off to Dublin, heavy drinking, says he. Watch out till I get back. That's why I runned away.
Something in the grin on his face told me he wasn't being strictly truthful. Compared to him, Huckleberry Finn was a candidate for Altar Boy of the Year.
Dokładnie. Słuchaj, Hopie, widziałeś tego gościa?
Have you ever seen this man before?
What a slimy character. No, I never seed him.
To chyba dobrze. Możliwe, że jeszcze tutaj go nie ma. Bo jest spora szansa, że pan profesor jest kolejny na liście.
What can you tell me about the castle, McGuire?
What do you want to know?
Well, can I get inside?
No, it's locked up.
Does anyone live there?
No. Only, what do you want to know? Oh, nothing.
You know something about the castle you're not telling me, don't you?
No.
What is it you're covering up? Is it something you're scared of?
I ain't scared of nothing.
A ja nie mam pieniędzy, żeby mu dać.
Have you seen a guy dressed as a clown?
Here in Lochmarn, they all dress like clowns.
The man I'm looking for is a dangerous psychotic.
Jesus. It's just like that film I saw. There's this clown, see? And he's after this kid who saw him kill a guy. He tries to warn the sheriff, only no one believes him. Then, while he's in the tub, the clown cuts him up with a chainsaw.
My God, that doesn't sound suitable for a kid like you.
Who are you calling a kid? I'm 25.
Yeah, right. You're not a day over 14.
Oh no, it's 25 that I am. Married with a car and 3 kids. 10 kids if you count the wives.
To brzmi rozsądnie.
Do you know a man called Pegram?
Can you describe him like on the telly in the cop shows?
He's an English archaeologist.
I know the man you mean if he's the one.
Can you tell me where I'd find Pegram?
No, I can't, 'cause he's not here now, but if I sees him, I'll ask him.
Do you know what Pegram was doing in the castle?
Digging for buried treasure. Jewels and gold and skeletons, like in the films.
I'll give you one last chance to tell me about the castle.
Oh, yeah? And what if I don't?
Then I'm taking you back to school.
Oh, there's a ghost. It's called the Phantom of Lochmarn.
You're not telling me you believe in ghosts, are you?
Mister, I seen it with me very own eyes. Last Tuesday night, I went up to see what that dig was about. I just reached the top of the wall when I hears this awful noise.
What sort of noise?
A horrible snuffling and snorting, like O'Brien's pig, only worse. It was coming.
Swoją drogą, jeżeli ta twarz
inside the castle.
ma mniej niż 30 lat, to ja nie umiem rozpoznawać twarzy. Albo autor nie umie rysować dzieci. Co, spójrzcie na to coś. I na to coś. Oba wyglądają, jakby były po 30.
Did you find out what was making the noise in the castle?
No fear. I just sat there on the wall like Humpty Dumpty. The moon was cracked and greasy like an old dinner plate. The yard was full of shadows. I could have been hiding anything. I would have gone home, but my legs had lost their stuffing.
Did you get to see the ghost?
Indeed I did. And a fearsome sight it is too. I sat on my arse, waited while the moon went down. Then out it comes from the shadows, all grey and tattered and hunched over like an old bent willow. Then, I hears this spluttering and splashing and horrible laughter in the dark. I was so scared. Why, I fell off the bloody wall.
I'm sure there's a rational explanation for what you saw at the castle.
There is. The bloody place is haunted.
No ja.
Give me your hand.
Get lost.
Oh, come on. I just want to show you a little trick.
No way, mister. I don't do tricks. Father Mahoney told me I'd burn in hell if I did.
I just want to shake your hand, that's all.
No way.
Okej, nie to nie.
See you later, kid.
Okay, mister.
Okej, zameldujmy się w lounge. Skrzypek. Czy to jest ten gość z tego filmu?
He wasn't listening. My name's George.
Pleased to meet you, mister. My name's Fitzgerald.
Swoją drogą, dlaczego teraz nam ten zasłania, ale pod George'em jest ten szyld. Dlaczego szyld jest od wewnętrznej strony?
What can you tell me about the castle?
There's nothing there. Just an old ruin.
How old?
I really couldn't tell you.
Have you ever explored the castle yourself?
I used to play there sometimes, when I was a kid. Then one of the little ones fell off the wall, broke his head and died. We didn't go there anymore.
You haven't been up there recently?
No.
Do you know Professor Pegram?
He's the archaeologist, isn't he?
That's right. Did you work at Professor Pegram's dig?
What gave you that idea?
Can I get you another drink?
Oh, no thank you. I shouldn't be drinking at all. I'm on tablets for my nerves. More than a pint and I'll pass out.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, I'm sure I don't know him.
See you later.
Okej, to kolejne osoby. Jest ojciec Mahoney.
Hi there, old-timer. What? Nasty cold you've got there. As soon as the words left my lips, I regretted them.
Is there such a thing as a cold which isn't nasty? I put the question to Father Mahoney. Father, says I, why were we born to suffer snot?
What did he say?
He said it's my reward for being out all night like a sinner. Pious prig. Anyway, this is no ordinary cold. It is the hay fever.
Pollinosis?
Thank you. You're not a policeman, are you?
Excuse me?
Police? No. I'd know it if you were.
Okej, to nie jest ojciec Mahoney. To jest totalne przeciwieństwo. Nie potrafię wymyślić głupiego pseudonimu, nieważne.
Can you tell me how to get into the castle?
Don't even think about it, me bucko. Lochmarn Castle is haunted.
That's what the kid outside told me, but I don't believe it.
Then you're a fool.
Ghosts don't bother me. I still want to visit that castle.
You can't. It's not open to the public.
There's no one around to stop me, is there?
That's right. Nothing human, anyhow.
Ooh.
Have you ever seen the ghost?
To be sure. With me very own eyes.
Can you describe the ghost?
It was horrible. A wee stunted beast, long beak, straggly, flappy wings.
Are you sure it wasn't a wild animal? A rabbit or a skunk or something?
Skunk? In Lochmarn? That'll be the day. No, that was a ghost, to be sure.
Duch bociana. Szukał siana.
I think I know what you saw on the castle wall.
I know what I saw.
I don't think so. It was the kid, McGuire.
What?
He was up on the wall last Tuesday night. He thought you were the Phantom of Lochmarn.
Oh!
Dwa debile.
Do you know Pegram, the archaeologist?
That's the scrawny fellow who was poking around at the castle, isn't it? No, I don't know him.
What's that you're making?
It's a necklace, me bucko.
Oh, sure. Made out of steel wire?
That's right. A necklace for my pretty one. When my little lover feels it round her slender neck, she'll be mine. All mine.
Okej, jemu może nie będę kupował piwska. A może? Fajne takie ciemne, taki porterek, taki Guinnessik.
Can I buy you a beer?
Very kind, I'm sure. But I don't drink the stuff Leary sells.
What's wrong with it?
I've seen what it can do.
I'll see you later.
Zabawne. Co tu jeszcze mogę ukraść?
It was a beer-stained piece of toweling.
Okej, tu są jacyś dwaj goście.
Hi, my name's Stobart, George Stobart.
Hello there, mister. What can I do for you?
Do you know Professor Pegram?
Do I know him? Do I know the good professor himself? No, I don't. I mean, I know who he is, but I don't know him to talk to.
Do you know anything about Pegram's excavation?
Only that he didn't have the right tools for the job. What he needed was shovels and a JCB.
Pegram was digging for historical remains, not coal.
Is that a fact? What the hell for?
It's the science of archaeology, Pat. Understanding how people used to live by what they've left behind. One day archaeologists might be digging up our remains.
Imagine that, Mr. O'Brien. I wonder what they'll find.
Well, it won't be arrowheads and beakers. Fast food cartons and flavored condoms, more likely.
Czasami znajduję takie zabawne historyjki, takie co by było, gdyby za ileś tam set lat ktoś sprawdzał, co po nas zostało, to bardzo zabawne rzeczy są. A potem zaraz o nich zapominam.
Did anyone from the village work at Pegram's dig?
I tried it myself, but that high and mighty history man called me incontinent. What a nerve. Hadn't I dug more holes than the rest of them put together?
Do you remember seeing Sean Fitzgerald at the dig?
Let me see now. I think me brain box needs a spot of lubrication.
Okej, dobra, kupimy mu piweczko, ale to dopiero w kolejnym odcinku, bo ten jest taki okej. Jak będę dalej gadał, to skończymy dopiero za godzinę. Więc widzimy się w kolejnym. Kochane dzieci Boże, z Bogiem i pozdro.